That book started off initially to be a picture book because we realized that people have never seen, one-tenth of a percent of the pictures that we've taken over the years of the seafloor. So my colleagues and I, who all do different things, some of them are geophysicists, some of them are biologists, decided, well, let's get the best pictures together in sort of a tabletop, a coffee table book. And it would cover biology, it would cover geology, it would cover how you do research, it would cover the history of oceanography and marine geology. Being academics, we wound up writing about them. And it became more of a discussion book on all the topics we could think of that had to do with ridges. It wasn't the whole seafloor. It didn't talk about the abyssal plains, which are really pretty boring. It didn't talk about the deep sea trenches, which we don't know a lot about. But it does talk about the active volcanic centers that are on what are called mid-ocean ridges. And that's basically what it is. It's very picture heavy, a lot of diagrams to explain things. It's written, we hoped, at a level that high school students would understand. That sort of a level of science background. So the oceanic spreading centers, this is the expression of volcanism on the seafloor. And it's basically what makes the oceanic plates move apart. It used to be at one time when they were trying to figure out how the continents moved, they talked about continental drift, that the continents would move apart. Well, the continents really didn't. They were basically part of a plate, of a rigid plate that sits on top of an area that's sort of mushy, that's got melt in it. And where that melt comes up, this melt is magma. That magma comes up at the mid-ocean ridge spreading centers, like the Mid-Atlantic Ridge or the East Pacific Rise. And you get these volcanoes that are linear volcanoes. Instead of a round volcano that we think of, a cone, these things are much more like sausages that are all connected. And they're all spreading apart at a given rate, and that's pushing the plates apart. So that's tectonics. The submersible ALVIN is the premier submersible in the world. Where the science gets done and the technology gets done is in a sphere that's 6 feet across. It's a titanium sphere, completely sealed, so you're at atmospheric pressure in there. Basically sitting on this curved floor, on cushions on the floor, and looking out the windows, describing things. It's used for all sorts of research, everything from pure oceanography, looking at the chemistry of seawater, to looking at these hydrothermal vent fluids that come up where there are black smokers. Lots of life, giant tube worms are down there, and crabs, all sorts of exotic life. You've probably seen these things on TV one time or another. And then people like myself will go down to who sample the eruptive products, the things that come out, basaltic lavas that come out as pillow lavas and sheet flows and low bay flows. And we look at the chemistry of those.